welcome to your Monday edition of Wasatch Weekends. I'm your host, Danielle Turner. On today's show, we talk to a mother-daughter duo from the hit show Smothered, and we learn a little bit more about YouTube and its educational benefits, plus so much more. In local news, be watching for some changes in local traffic patterns as our local city government looks to find ways to improve those gridlocked roads when the ski traffic really amps up during the holiday season. So keep a lookout for posted signs and deviations to your normal traffic routes as we all look to accommodate the skiers and our visitors during this holiday season. Now, let's take a look at our local forecast.
This weather report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
Welcome back to Wasatch Weekends. Earlier in the week, Kimberly had a chance to talk to the mother-daughter duo from the hit show Smothered. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to the show. Now, I don't know about you, but I've got a really close relationship with my mom. And you know, many people are best friends, but we have a couple that is taking it to the extreme with the TLC hit series Smothered Season 5. I've got Catherine and Gabriella, mother-daughter duo, who are known for twinning. Ladies, how are you this morning?
Wonderful.
Amazing. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Loving your outfits. You both look fabulous, but I'm so excited to chat with you about your role on Season 5 of Smothered. So talk to me about the show. What made you decide that this was something you wanted to showcase?
Oh my goodness. I am a smothered mother.
She's a smothered mother.
And I'm very proud of it. So why not inspire, the country, the world, that it's wonderful to be close to your daughter. It's wonderful to have a best friend that's actually your daughter.
Me.
Exactly. So we feel so blessed to be a part of the TLC family and to be a part of this show.
Well, you are newcomers to Season 5, and the show follows you through the journey for you, Gabriella, to become Miss Connecticut USA. So talk to me about your reason for pageantry and why you decided to do this.
So my mom is a former Miss Connecticut USA, and you'll see the legacy. You'll see a lot of unconventional training. Mm-hmm. She is my coach because who better to learn from than the queen herself.
That's right.
So there's a lot you'll see.
I love it. And you mentioned unconventional training. So celery juice, I'm a big fan of that. I actually had celery juice this morning, but I would love to know, you take it to the next level with celery juice baths. Tell me all about that.
Yes, well, it's very important to drink your celery juice every morning on an empty stomach, no matter where you are. If we're traveling, we bring the juicer and the celery. However, we do take it to the next level and we soak in the celery as well because celery is so healing for the body and it's wonderful for the skin. So you will see that on this season of Smothered where we soak in our celery baths. It's a ritual, especially when we're getting ready for the pageants.
That's right.
Well, I'm a big fan of celery juice and I believe in its healing power, so I can't wait to see how you soak in it as well. So Gabriella, let's talk a little bit about your training regimen. So you do all kinds of fun things on the show. We get to see you through your journey. How has your mom coached you through that? And, how are the two of you doing this together on the show?
We do everything together when it comes to my pageant prep. We design my entire wardrobe, and she actually wears a matching dress. It's good luck. It's one of our little things.
Yes.
And we also work on my pageant walk, and you'll see it's something you've never seen before.
Nope.
Ever.
Nope.
And a little tip it involves flamingos, but that's all I'll say. You'll have to watch and find out.
Well, I'm loving the pink color, so I can't wait to see the flamingo. So, Catherine, tell me, you wear the same dress. Do you wear the exact same dress through the pageant as you're watching her compete?
Yes, we have matching dresses. We work with a designer in New York, Yelenis.
Yeah, she has the exact same beading. It's actually custom made in India, and so she had to wear it on her dress as well.
Of course.
I love that. Now, what kind of rituals can we see you perform or execute during the pageants, Catherine?
A lot of things, again, drinking our celery juice, our protocols, certain things that we eat, our exercise.
The matchings.
We're always matching, but we
Rocky
do
runs.
something called the Rocky Run. And again, you're going to have to watch and see, but it keeps us in top shape. And
It's something that she actually did when she competed, so she was like, you gotta do it.
And it's very important to not only be physically fit, but emotionally and spiritually fit. So we do a lot of positive reinforcement, a lot of encouragement, because, you know, if you believe you can, you can.
That's absolutely true. Now, ladies, what are you hoping viewers get from watching you throughout season 5?
I hope that people see our journey and our journey together and want to be super close with their mom as well, because no matter how old I am, it's always nice to just do something with a loved one.
And I feel like my message is that regardless of your lot in life, regardless of your challenges or your past, that it's never too late, that if you have a dream, if you have a goal, you can achieve it as long as you don't give up. And what better than to do it with my beautiful daughter, who's my bestest friend.
Well, you two are stunning, and I love the example that you're setting of being close with your mothers and with your daughters, because oftentimes that's not the message that we're getting anymore. So where can we go to follow your journey, to watch more, to catch up with you and learn all about the two of you?
Tuesdays at 10. It's called Smothered on TLC, and definitely follow our social media accounts. Mine's Gabriella_Vigorito.
Excellent. Well, Gabriella, best of luck to you on the Miss Connecticut USA. I cannot wait to see the results. You two are stunning, so I'm sure it's going to be a good one. But thanks for joining us and for encouraging all of the viewers out there to look and try their best and to stay close with their families.
Yes, thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for having us.
Absolutely. Now stay tuned. We've got a bit more here on the show. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back to the show. As we all know, YouTube is full of many, many different kinds of videos. But did you realize the educational benefits it may provide for your children? Kimberly spoke to an expert at YouTube earlier this week. Let's take a look at that conversation.
Welcome back to the show. Now it is the holiday season. Christmas is coming. Your kids have probably opened all of their gifts on Christmas Day, but you know what? You're looking for something else for them to do, whether they're on break or the day of, and that's watching YouTube, technology, all of the fun things. Joining me today is to talk about how you can make this a great experience for you and your family. I've got Jessica Gibby of YouTube here to talk all things YouTube. Jessica, how are you this morning?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
So I love this conversation that we're having, because YouTube is almost a vortex of information and of things that you can view, and especially as a parent, you know, with technology and things being easily accessible to your children, how do you really start working on curating what's best for you and your family?
Yeah, I would say before you even hand over the phone or the tablet, have a conversation with your kids about what's appropriate online. Have a conversation about how long, they should be able to watch screens and really when that's going to end for them. So before you even start with the technology, I would say having a conversation to set those digital ground rules is really important. And then at YouTube, we give you the tools to enforce those rules a little bit. So, depending on how old your child is, we'll offer a developmentally appropriate experience for them within YouTube that shows them content that is appropriate to their age. And then you'll be able to go in as a parent and sort of say, okay, these are the rules that we want to set around screen time. This is the type of content that we want them to be able to watch.
So not just within the device, you can actually have parental controls and set in the kind of screen time within YouTube as well?
That's right. Yes. And we offer bedtime reminders. We offer take a break reminders, screen time limits, things like that. So.
That's huge. I know kids don't pay attention to that because they want it as long as possible. So you have age appropriate limits. So talk to me about what that looks like from the younger age to the toddler age all the way up to the age of 18. What are the controls in place and what kinds of things should we be on the lookout for?
Yeah, I think for kids of any age, and especially anyone who is under 18, we offer a safer experience on YouTube, depending on their age. So for our youngest users, we really recommend YouTube Kids. YouTube Kids is a separate app that is developed just for children, and it has content in there that has to meet a higher bar to be included in YouTube Kids. For example, we don't want any content that is overly commercial, right? We want content that's going to be developmentally enriching for kids when they go on YouTube Kids. And parents have the ability to sort of say, okay, this content is okay, and actually approve all the content if they wish that their kids watch. They also have the ability to block content. And then sort of as kids get older and sort of graduate into, being able to watch a little more and have a little more experience on YouTube, we do offer parents additional controls, but we do keep a lot of our settings off by default. So for example, if you're under 18, autoplay will be off by default. That means that, you won't just go into the next video, you'll have to intentionally click the next one. We also offer bedtime reminders and screen time reminders, and all of the uploads for anyone who's a teen will be private by default. So they won't just be able to upload to YouTube either.
That's great. Now, in regard to library of content, what kind of things are you offering on YouTube Kids?
Yeah, on YouTube Kids, I mean, personally, I have 2 kids myself, and we love watching content around art. Art Hub for Kids is a favorite around here. There's also STEM specific content on YouTube. Super Stemma is very, very popular on YouTube. My kids also love this channel. It's called Truck Tunes. It's what it sounds like. It's songs about trucks, and we learn a lot about trucks and the world around us just from watching YouTube.
I'm sure you've got a lot of those songs that play daily in your head if you're watching those with your kids all the time. Now, I love the YouTube for fitness for myself as well. But do you offer fitness specific things for children?
We do offer a lot of content that is, encouraging kids to move their bodies. So Cosmic Kids Yoga is an example. It's sort of an adventure type channel where kids are doing yoga sort of unintentionally, but getting out there and moving their bodies in a way that is productive for them. So yeah, we do have that type of content as well.
And I love that all of this content is getting kids moving and getting them thinking. So talk to me about the educational piece. I think this has been YouTube is really great for learning, and I think almost everybody goes to YouTube now to learn something. So how is it being used for educational purposes?
Yeah, I mean, YouTube really is a destination for learning. We hear that all the time that people learn how to do something on YouTube, and I think that's really great. For kids, I think what's really cool about it is that you can let them explore their curiosities, right? So, if they're really interested in a specific type of truck, or if they're really interested in a specific type of art, you can really explore that with them on YouTube Kids. So, it can be educational. It can also just help and deepen their curiosity and really help them learn about something that they want to explore outside of school.
I'd say it definitely allows children to become tech savvy. So loving that option as well. Now, where can we go for more information? You mentioned that YouTube Kids is a separate app. Tell us all of the details.
Yeah, you can go to youtubekids.com. You can also download YouTube Kids as a separate app on any of your devices.
Well, Jessica, thank you so much for sharing information on how to specifically use YouTube Kids, and then also all of the fun intricacies that you have there as well. Enjoy your holiday season, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks. Happy holidays.
Same to you. Now stay tuned. We've got a bit more in the show. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back to Wasatch Weekends. As a parent, the words, "I don't feel well," coming from your child is that most dreaded thing. How do you know when they're telling the truth or when they're sick enough to stay home from school? We spoke to an expert to get some tips and tricks on navigating that process.
Welcome back to the show. Now I have the pleasure to speak with Dr. Andrea Bonnier. How are you doing this morning, Andrea?
I am well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for getting up so early with us this morning and talking about, I think this is very important because as the holiday season is here, and it's here in full effect, a lot of children are getting, unfortunately, the sniffles, they're getting the flu, maybe COVID. And as someone, I don't have children myself, but lots of my friends do. And being the auntie that I am, I'm always looking for those signs. And I wanted to ask you
Yeah.
how can you tell if a child, if they're saying they're feeling well, what are the signs to look for? Because, kids aren't always going to tell us they're not feeling good if they don't want to miss out on the cookies at school or the Christmas play.
Exactly, exactly. And it's such a stressful time because it's holiday gathering time and it's increased sickness time. So,
Yes.
as a mom, my first step is going to those Binax Now COVID-19 self-tests by Abbott. I keep some of those in my medicine cabinet. So, at least first, if you test for COVID, you have some peace of mind. You can be empowered for how to proceed. Anytime there are physical symptoms that you're concerned about, of course, it can be important to contact a healthcare provider. But
Okay.
also, too, a lot of kids have emotional symptoms that are going to show up physically as well.
That was kind of what I was thinking, Andrea, because it is such a time of holiday parties and kids getting run down and being excited, because Santa's coming in, 10 days or something? I don't what are some of
Yes.
those signs to look for, the early signs? And also, what are the different steps parents should take if they see maybe their child's acting a little off or coughing or not feeling well?
Yeah, exactly. So the first step is really to just open a dialogue with them to make it feel safe for them to talk about what's on their mind, what they're
Right.
feeling. Because if it is anxiety that's kind of manifesting physically, you want it to feel okay to talk about that. Not that you're just accusing them of trying to get out of school or you
Right.
think that they're not strong enough to get through a busy schedule. There might be a holiday party they're worried about. There might be exams that they're worried about. So create that safe space. You can also really look for patterns. So sometimes kids can't explicitly say what's exactly going on. They don't really have the words, but you can look, are there changes in their sleeping, changes in their eating patterns, changes in their social life? Try to start a dialogue with them about that.
Andrea, it's so interesting hearing you speak about this. I was thinking in my head, even friendships in our middle age, 30, 40s, I'm like, I can see that using kind of that mindset for adults as well, because I know all of us, children and adults alike right now, it's an exciting time, but it also is stressful.
It is really stressful. And a lot of people, if they've had a loss or, the
Right.
holidays can be really filled with sadness sometimes as well as joy. And so I think we should all be looking out for each other, looking to take care of each other. And if a kid wants a day off from school, use that time to really help them face what's going on and develop some coping mechanisms, some relaxation tools, rather than just, oh, let's let you avoid what's stressing you out. Because we do have a school avoidance problem, I think, with a lot of kids
Right.
getting in a cycle where it's really hard to go back.
Andrea, I can tell that you're an amazing mother, and I love that you have these tools to really help no, truly to help others, because so often I think, maybe sometimes we get in that moment or that feeling of, oh, they're kids, they're fine, but the reality is they're little people that are growing up into themselves, into their feelings, and teaching at a young age, hey, that's okay, and you're allowed to feel the way you feel, it's huge. So thank you for doing that. That's very important.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, there's a lot going on for a lot of kids and a lot of adults. Abbott, we should know, has extra resources online
Yes.
at rapidtest.abbott/Binax Now. In this busy time, do we need to test for COVID? We need to think about other sicknesses going on. It's really important to be taking care of ourselves and our kids.
Yes, thank you so much. And could you say the website one more time? Because I think it's vital information for everyone.
Sure thing. It's rapidtest.abbott/Binax Now. All kinds of resources that Abbott puts out on there.
Well, thank you so much. You are such an incredible human being, and thank you for helping us and talking to us today. Because I know, like I said, there are people watching that maybe don't have children, but they're an auntie or an uncle or that, friends with kids. And it's good to know some of those, maybe the parents won't even see something that a friend might see. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe see the signs or, hey, they're
Exactly.
acting a little different. So that's great for all of us to know. Really good information.
Exactly. Yes, well, thank you so much for your kindness, and thanks so much for having me on today.
Of course, have a lovely day and stay healthy and have a great holiday season, Andrea.
You too.
This weather report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
Thanks so much for joining me for your Monday edition of Wasatch Weekends. We love spending each and every weekend with you right here on Park City TV. We'll see you next Friday.